Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to attempt to get our pigs loaded up. If you've been following along, I did actually speak to a deer processor a county away who agreed to process our pigs for us. Now the only downside to that is that he is not going to, I don't know if you guys have seen pig processing before. Usually they kind of boil them and they scrape the hair off of them and they start to process them that way, and that retains the skin of the animal. He's not going to do that. These animals, they will be skinned. So that's really not that much of a problem for us because we don't really eat a lot of pork that has skin on it, with the exception of one cut, which is the picnic shoulder. But small price to pay. We're kind of in a crunch. This is dire straits over here and we got to get this done. So we found someone that will accommodate us on short notice, and I'm grateful for that. So anyway, we have our stock trailer here, which you can see behind me. I don't have a ramp to load them, so what I've decided to do is I've backed the trailer up to their pen, right up to their gate, and I was going to build a chute out of hog panels to get them in here and just kind of guide them up along the way. I jacked up the front of the trailer as high as I could, so that there's not much of a step for them to climb up here. Hopefully this is going to work. The extra hog panel that I bought to build the chute, I kind of realized I got this close enough that I don't really have to do that. This is the gate to the trailer, so we've got it all the way up to their pen. And then on this side, the gate for their pig pen opens up and meets right to the trailer. So I don't have to build a chute or anything, so I'm really kind of happy about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some T-posts on the back side of this, just so that if they decide to push it, they can't swing open and they run loose. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side of the stock trailer. I'm going to put a T-post on the pig pen gate so they can't knock that open and get out. Anyway, that's the plan. Those are my hopes that it all goes smoothly. I suspect that it will. The trick is going to be getting them in here. I fed them this morning. Usually we feed them in the afternoon about 4 or 5 p.m. So I'm kind of going to wait until my kids come home. So I'll have extra hands on deck in case they do get loose. But I'm not going to feed them again, so they'll be hungry and it'll be easier to coax them in here. We wound up buying a bag of marshmallows to see if we can entice them a little bit better. And my wife will come in here and she'll kind of lead them with marshmallows and go out to the front door of the trailer once they're in here. Seems like a good plan. I know if she enticed me with a bag of marshmallows, I'd follow her in here too. So anyway, I'll get you turned around and I'll show you our setup. All right, so here's the back of the trailer and here's the pig pen. So see what I'm talking about? With the gate of the trailer, I've opened it all the way up, right up in line with the gate to their pig pen. So now we have a wall on that side. I will put some T-posts there and pound them down. I put a little piece of wood just so they can't get out underneath. And then on this side, because we have a space here, I'm going to open their gate. It comes and it meets perfectly with the edge of the trailer. So I will use this T-post and I'll pound it in place so that I can at least tie the chain around it and they won't be able to push the gate open from this side, from that side out. So we'll have a nice little hallway for them to go and run up inside the trailer. You can see here at the bottom, there was a gap there, but I slid 2x6 underneath just to kind of stop them in case they want to get any bright ideas to burrow underneath the trailer. It is held up with a metal lip that comes down from the bottom of the trailer so they can't push it forward. Hopefully that works. I think it's just kind of more of a visual deterrent than anything else. But, you know, once these pigs are good and hungry and we kind of lure them in here with food and marshmallows and all that, I'm hoping that they're really not going to be looking to be getting out of this area. They're going to be looking to be getting in. That's what we're planning for, and that's what we're hoping for anyway. So we shall see. As you can see from the front side, I've got it jacked up pretty high to where it gets kind of close to the ground. We have a slope here, so I try to make these uneven hills and slopes work to my advantage whenever I can. So this is the plan. Hopefully it all works out. Now I've got these front wheels chalked on both sides because the last thing I need is for these big old pigs to get in here and start rolling this down a hill. That wouldn't be good. Now on this side, you can kind of see what I did with the back of the trailer gate. I've got a piece of a board right here and 3 T-posts. I'm just going to pound that down. This way it'll block any space from them being able to get out from underneath. And it'll also stop them from being able to swing that gate open. Pigs are pretty destructive creatures, guys. I don't know if you can see what they've done in here. I mean, these holes, they don't show up on camera. They look like they're a good 1.5 feet deep, all on the fence line. That's barbed wire along the back. They really just kind of rooted that all up, and they're like, you know, thank God there's a hill behind that fence because they're about, a couple days from getting right out there. This side, this is kind of my fault. I only have woven wire here, which is not enough for pigs. But I mean, this low area where the goats are, I mean, this was just, you can see I had like 1,000 T-posts here just to stop them because they were getting under. But those T-posts were buried up to here. And they just rooted everything up and they were getting out. It was a pain. You can see they got a trench dug the whole way under. They've been trying to get there. Now it's kind of gross, but the reason they were digging so much on that side to get to the goat pen is because of little goat turds. I don't know, but they really seem to enjoy them. So that's why it's much more rooted up on that side than any other side. All right, so there you have it. This is kind of an idea what I was talking about. T-posts and the board are pounded in on that side, so that gate can't be pushed back that way. We have an opening right to the pig pen now. And then we use the gate to their pig pen to come to the edge of the trailer. We still have room to operate our latch. And we got a T-post here just so they can't push the gate out this way any further. And to put a chain around it just to hold it in place. So the plan is, I think we're gonna get my wife to go in there with marshmallows or some food, try to coax them in. I'll go on that side. This is stationary. I'll go on that side. This way I can push the gate in and close them up in the trailer once they're in there. So guys, I got them loaded up. I kind of lucked out. Good news and bad news. The good news is it was super easy. I went to set up the camera so I could film it. My wife walked in the trailer, a bag of marshmallows, and they just followed her right in before I could even start filming. So good news for us, bad news for you guys, I guess. I couldn't get any of that footage. But they're loaded up. We're headed to the processor now. And we got about a 45-minute ride. Not too bad. I really think what contributed to getting them in so easy was loading them at feeding time. I actually waited a little bit longer than feeding time just so I can make sure that they were getting hungry. As soon as they saw her going in there with that bag of marshmallows, they were like, boom, they shot right in there. So that was super easy. All right, so we've made it here. The owner of the place isn't here yet, but he's instructed that we back up to his stock trailer with our stock trailer and transfer the pigs into his trailer. I'm all backed up, but I don't think it's gonna work out. Let me turn you around and show you what I mean. So here we're backed up, but the top of our trailer is higher than the top of theirs, and our gate swings out. So there's no way I can open the gate. So I just gave the owner a call. He said, hang out, wait for me a few minutes and I'll be there and we'll figure something out. So I guess we'll figure something out together. Here's somebody else's hogs. Well, you guys are definitely a bit bigger than mine. I think mine are a little bit underweight, but I didn't have enough time to get them to this size. I'd say these guys are probably close to 300. So while I'm waiting for them, you know, I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Looking at those other two pigs that we just saw, obviously I don't know the weight of them because I'm just looking at them. I'm guessing around 300. Now they say optimum weight to harvest pigs is around 230, or between 225 and 250. I think my larger one is probably around 200 if I had to guess. The little one's definitely, you know, at least 50 pounds lighter, maybe more than that. But I got them at different sizes, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. They're going to grow at the same pace. I tried to give her more treats and everything, fatten her up a little bit, but they pretty much grew at the same pace. Now, if the two black pigs we just saw in that other trailer are actual harvest weight, and they're at 225, 250, my pigs are way under if that's the case. So there's a method that I tried to do, which is where you can take a tape measure and you could wrap it around their midsection and then measure them from the back of their ears to the base of their tail, and you do some simple division, and it gives you their approximate weight. I was never able to do that. The big one was friendly, but she didn't really want you touching her too much. The little one, you couldn't get anywhere near her. She would just take off. So I was never able to get that measurement on them. So we're just kind of guesstimating right now what they actually weigh. So like I said, you know, I think the big one is close to wait. But what I think could be totally off, based on what I just saw in those 2 other pigs. So, you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean that those 2 other pigs are exactly, you know, the right weight. Some people like to grow them out bigger, so we'll see. All right, this guy just showed up, so let me get to work. All right, we're all done. So what we ended up doing was I pulled the trailer up. Guy came, he opened up the gate to my trailer and went in there with 2 pallets and kind of pushed the pigs forward and made a wall. And he just kind of stayed in there like that. We opened the gates to his trailer in, and then I backed up again to his trailer. So he then walked my pigs into his trailer and was able to close the gates from the inside out, and we just locked them up in there. Went in, filled out my tickets, and that's all there was to it. So this is my first time doing this. I don't know exactly how everything's going to turn out. He didn't have like a cut sheet or anything. Usually like butchers will have a cut sheet of how you want your animals processed. He had little boxes marked on the ticket or how you want things cut up. There was really like 5 choices, which is a little bit disappointing after all that work. I think I would kind of want things to be a bit more specific. You know, for example, I want the Boston butts from all 4 pigs and then the shoulders separate. And he's like, well, I just kind of make roast from the shoulders, period. You know, I make like 3 roasts out of each shoulder. All right, I mean, I could work with that, but it's not exactly how I'd want it. The hams are fine. He does like whole hams and sliced hams. I chose sliced. And then sausage, he does just breakfast sausage, which is okay. So I told him to put the other cuts of meat into just ground because I like to make my own Italian sausage. Well, not that I like to make my own, I've never done it before, but I would like to try making my own Italian sausage. So I got a lot of it cut up into ground. There's ribs, 3 ways. I think there's country ribs, spare ribs, and baby back, which is good. And then chops, there's 4 pigs, so that would be 4 sides of chops. I wanted 3 of them bone in 1 inch, and then the last one boneless. My wife likes to do boneless chops sometimes. There's a lot that's missing. You know, I would like to have had the cheek meat. It sounds weird to some people, but it's the best meat on the whole pig, and you make something, well, Italians make something called guanciale, which is similar to pancetta, but better. So I don't think I'm going to get that. I'm going to call him and ask him if he can just give me the cheeks. Maybe I can figure out how to make that in my own spare time. I asked for him the same of the ears for my dogs. I can dehydrate them and give them some big ears. This guy is also skinless. He's going to skin these pigs, which is kind of disappointing. But again, I'm in a pinch here. My processor canceled everyone for 2 months, so I had to, you know, I got to go roll with what's available to me. So he's going to skin these pigs. I don't eat a lot of anything with pig skin except for my in-laws make something called pernil, and it's just a pork shoulder, and it has a skin on it, and that's really good. The skin gets real crispy and salty, and I won't be able to get that. We'll still have the shoulder, but we won't have the skin on it. Not the end of the world, but again, a little bit disappointing. So, you know, I think under the circumstances, being that the actual processor, the meat packer that was supposed to do this, bailed on me at the last minute. So within a week's time, I found someone to do this and get it done. And these pigs will be ready in about a week or 2. So we're doing the best we can, guys. I don't know. So that's it. Bittersweet ending, I guess. Sad to see the pigs go. Well, I'm sad to see the big pig go. She's a sweetheart, but I'm not too sad. I feel bad saying that, I guess. But I'm really not too sad seeing the little one go. She was a pain in the neck. But they're over there in the trailer. Maybe we'll do a drive-by and wave goodbye to them for the last time. I'm happy they at least got this far and committed to this idea and got it done. So we'll see what it's like when it's time to pick them up. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm going to get this trailer back home. We got about a 45-50 minute drive to get it washed down. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. It's been an adventure, guys. Thanks for hanging with me, and we'll see you soon. Be well. See you, pigs.